Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through the noise to bring you, well, the really essential nuggets of knowledge, helping you get well-informed, fast. Today, we're plunging into a period that, honestly, often gets overlooked in the whole whirlwind of new parenthood. We're talking about the postpartum period, sometimes called the fourth trimester. It's a really beautiful term, actually.
It really is. And you're right, after 9 months of buildup and then the incredible marathon of birth, the focus naturally shifts, doesn't it? Right onto the new baby, which is understandable.
Of course. But this crucial time, maybe 12 weeks or so after the baby arrives, it's just as much about the mother's recovery, her transformation, really.
Exactly. It's huge. And our sources for this deep dive, they're kind of set up to be like a friend, a guide for new moms, offering that practical advice, but also the emotional support that's just so needed amidst all the joy, but also the real challenges.
Right. So our mission today, let's unpack the most vital insights. We're talking healing your body, finding your footing emotionally, and, truly navigating this beautiful, sometimes messy, and, utterly life-changing new chapter. Let's start right at the beginning, physical recovery.
It's so true, isn't it? The world talks endlessly about pregnancy, the birth, and then it often goes quiet.
Yeah.
About this really critical healing phase that follows.
Right.
I mean, your body has just done something miraculous. It absolutely needs dedicated care. And the mindset shift is important, too. It's less about bouncing back to how you were.
Right, that pressure.
Exactly. It's more about healing forward, a gentler, more realistic way to think about it.
I like that, healing forward.
So if you had a vaginal birth, a lot of the focus, naturally, is going to be on the perineal area. It did some heroic work.
Understatement.
Right. So gentle care there is just key.
Yeah.
Your absolute best friend is probably going to be that peri bottle.
Oh, yeah, the little squirt bottle from the hospital.
That's the one. Fill it with warm water. Use it to rinse every time you use the toilet. Then just gently pat dry. No wiping. It keeps things clean, helps with stinging. Simple, but so effective.
And for more relief, sitz baths.
Yes. A sitz bath, it's basically a shallow basin, warm water. You sit in it for maybe 15, 20 minutes a few times a day. It's incredibly soothing for the tissues, helps with blood flow.
You could add Epsom salts too, right?
You absolutely can for extra relief. But maybe the real game changer for a lot of people, padsicles.
Okay, tell us about padsicles. Sounds intriguing.
It's a DIY thing. You take a maternity pad, open it up flat, spread on some alcohol-free witch hazel, maybe some pure aloe vera gel, fold it back up, stick it in a Ziploc bag, freeze it.
Ah, okay.
Then you wear it like a regular pad. That cooling, soothing effect, it can feel like absolute heaven when everything is tender and swollen.
Definitely filing that one away.
Yeah.
Now, beyond the perineum, there's other stuff going on, like bleeding.
Right, the lochia, that's your body shedding the uterine lining. It starts off heavy, bright red, kind of like a heavy period. And then over several weeks, it tapers off, becomes pinkish brown, then eventually sort of yellowish white. That's all normal.
And after pains?
Ah, yes, after pains. Those are uterine contractions as your womb shrinks back down. They can actually be more noticeable with second or third babies.
Really? Why is that?
Well, the uterus has stretched more, maybe has a bit more work to do to get back into shape, and they often feel stronger when you're breastfeeding.
Oh, interesting. Hormones at play again.
Always. A heating pad can be really helpful for managing that discomfort.
Okay, but crucially, when should you worry? What are the red flags for bleeding or pain?
Good question. You need to call your doctor or midwife right away if you're soaking through more than one maternity pad in an hour. That's too much. Or if you're passing blood clots bigger than, say, a golf ball.
Wow.
Or if the lochia suddenly develops a really foul smell, those could be signs of hemorrhage or infection, and you need medical attention fast.
Got it. Super important heads up. Now, what about C-section recovery? That's a whole different ball game.
Absolutely. It's major abdominal surgery. You need to give yourself so much grace and time. It's not a race.
So incision care is top priority.
Definitely keep it clean and dry. Showering is usually fine, just let the soaky water run over it, but gently pat it dry afterwards, no scrubbing, and avoid soaking in a bath until your doctor says it's okay.
And letting it breathe helps.
Yeah, allow air to circulate when you can. Wear loose, comfortable clothing. Think high-waisted pants, dresses, anything that doesn't rub right on the incision.
Makes sense. And infection signs to watch for?
Look for increased redness, swelling, any kind of oozing from the incision, developing a fever, or if the pain around the incision suddenly gets worse instead of better.
Report those straight away.
Immediately, don't wait.
Okay, and managing the pain itself.
Pain management is so important because it allows you to move gently, which is key for recovery. Don't try to tough it out. Take the pain medication your doctor prescribed regularly to stay ahead of the pain.
So you can move.
Gentle movement, yes. Short, slow walks, even just around the house. It helps prevent blood clots, gets the bowels moving.
Right, constipation can be an issue.
It really can. But the absolute most important thing, listen to your body. Do not lift anything heavier than your baby, seriously, and avoid any strenuous core exercises until you get the all clear from your doctor, usually around that 6 to 8 week mark.
And specific movements.
Yeah.
Like getting out of bed.
Yes. Good point. Don't just sit straight up using your abs. Roll onto your side first, then use your arms to push yourself up to sitting. It protects the incision.
Smart. Now, regardless of how you gave birth, the pelvic floor, it takes a hit.
A massive hit. Those muscles support your bladder, your bowel, your uterus. They've been under immense strain. Paying attention to them now is so critical for your long-term health.
Yeah.
We're talking preventing issues like incontinence or prolapse later on.
Which nobody wants. So Kegels are the go-to.
They are the most well-known, yeah.
Yeah.
The trick is doing them correctly. To find the muscles, try stopping your urine flow midstream. Those are the ones.
Okay, got it.
Then the basic exercises. Squeeze those muscles, hold for maybe 3 to 5 seconds, then relax completely for the same amount of time. Work your way up to holding for 10 seconds. And breathe normally. Don't hold your breath. Don't tighten your abs or your butt or thighs.
Just isolating those pelvic floor muscles.
Exactly. Aim for maybe 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions a day. You can do them anywhere, anytime, feeding the baby, waiting in line.
But what if you're doing them and still having issues, like leaking?
That's when you need more help. If you continue to leak urine, even just a little when you cough or sneeze, or if you have ongoing pelvic pain or like a feeling of heaviness down there, ask your doctor for a referral to a pelvic floor physical therapist. They are amazing. They're specialists who can assess you properly and give you a personalized plan. It can make a huge difference.
Good to know that help is available. Okay, let's shift gears slightly to fuel. Nutrition. How important is that for healing?
Oh, it's foundational. Absolutely fundamental. The food you eat is literally the building blocks for repairing tissues. It supports milk production if you're breastfeeding, and it helps you just function when you're running on fumes sleep-wise.
So what are the key things to focus on?
Protein is huge for tissue repair. Aim for some at every meal. Lean meats, eggs, beans, lentils. Fiber is also crucial to combat that postpartum constipation. Lots of whole grains, fruits, vegetables.
Keep things moving.
Exactly. And iron. You lose blood during delivery, so rebuilding iron stores helps with energy levels. Think red meat, poultry, beans, fortified cereals.
And hydration. Always important, but maybe even more so now.
Yes, especially if you're breastfeeding. Aim for at least 8 to 10 glasses of water a day, maybe more. Keep a big water bottle nearby constantly.
Practical tip. Keep snacks handy.
The most practical tip. One-handed, nutritious snacks are lifesavers. Nuts, seeds, yogurt cups, hard-boiled eggs, fruit, things you can grab and eat easily while holding a baby.
Okay, which brings us to the elephant in the room for every new parent. Sleep. Or lack thereof.
Right. That phrase, sleep when the baby sleeps. It sounds lovely, but
it's often impossible.
It really is. Maybe a more realistic and kinder approach is rest when the baby rests.
Okay, explain that.
It means lowering your standards dramatically. The laundry piling up, the dishes in the sink, they can wait. Seriously, when you have a moment of quiet because the baby's asleep, prioritize resting yourself over chores. Lie down, close your eyes, even if you don't sleep.
Easier said than done sometimes, but important.
And share the load if you have a partner. Work out a system. Can they take the baby for a solid 2 or 3 hour stretch so you can get some uninterrupted sleep? That's gold.
And accepting help.
Yes. If friends or family offer to help, let them, and be specific. Could you hold the baby while I take a nap? It's a fantastic use of help. Also, optimize your own sleep space. Make your bedroom as dark and quiet as possible. Put the phone away. The blue light and notifications are not your friends at 3 a.m.
Good point. And just a reminder for everyone listening.
This phase of intense sleep deprivation, it feels endless, I know, but it is temporary. It will get better.
Truly. Some days, just getting through is a massive victory. And you are doing an amazing job. Just surviving is thriving sometimes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the body's healing. Sleep is, well, happening in spurts. What about the emotional side of things, that postpartum roller coaster?
Oh, it's a big one. You might feel like you're on this wild ride you didn't exactly buy a ticket for.
Yeah, 1 minute intense love, the next crying over nothing.
Totally normal. A huge part of this is the hormonal shift. After you deliver the baby and the placenta, those high pregnancy hormones, estrogen, progesterone, they just plummet.
Like falling off a cliff, hormonally speaking.
Pretty much. And that massive chemical change can absolutely trigger intense mood swings, anxiety, irritability. It's physiological.
It's not a personal failing.
Not at all. It's not about how much you love your baby. It's biology.
Yeah.
And it's really important to understand the difference between the baby blues and something more serious like postpartum depression or anxiety.
Okay, break that down for us. Baby blues first.
Baby blues are super common, affects up to, 80% of new mothers. It's the majority experience. Symptoms are things like feeling weaky, maybe more anxious or overwhelmed than usual, irritable, trouble sleeping even when the baby sleeps, rapid mood shifts.
Sounds familiar to many.
Yeah. It usually shows up within a few days of birth and typically resolves on its own within maybe 2-3 weeks max. Again, it's not a sign of weakness. It's hormones, sleep deprivation, the massive life adjustment.
So how do you cope with the blues?
Be really gentle with yourself. Prioritize rest as much as humanly possible. Accept help. And talk about how you're feeling. Don't bottle it up.
Okay, but what if it doesn't go away after a few weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Or what if the feelings are much more intense?
That's when we need to talk about postpartum depression, PPD, or postpartum anxiety, PPA. These are different.
How so?
These are clinical medical conditions. They affect maybe 1 in 7 new mothers, and they are not something you can just snap out of or pull yourself together from.
So what does PPD look like?
PPD symptoms often include persistent sadness or hopelessness, really severe mood swings, losing interest or pleasure in things you used to enjoy, intense irritability or anger, sometimes feelings of worthlessness, shame, guilt, difficulty bonding with the baby, or even scary thoughts about harming yourself or the baby.
And PPA, postpartum anxiety.
That's more characterized by constant, often debilitating worry, racing thoughts you can't turn off, a sense of dread, panic attacks, maybe obsessive fears about the baby's health or safety.
Okay, this is critical information. If someone recognizes these symptoms in themselves,
If these kinds of symptoms last longer than 2 weeks, or if they feel really overwhelming and are interfering with your ability to function or care for your baby, it is truly essential to reach out.
to who?
Your doctor, your midwife, a therapist, a mental health professional. There are people who specialize in this. Seeking help is absolutely a sign of strength. It's the best thing for you and your baby.
Absolutely, so important. Now, amidst all this, the idea of self-care, it can feel almost laughable.
Right, like who has time? But here's the reframe. Postpartum self-care isn't about spa days. It's not a luxury. It's a necessity. It's about finding tiny moments to just recharge, even for 5 minutes.
Like what? Give us some realistic examples.
A 5-minute hot shower alone, eating a meal, sitting down, maybe even using both hands, stepping outside for 3 deep breaths of fresh air. I love the 10-minute rule. Find 10 minutes. Just 10. For you, listen to music, stretch, read a page, just sit in silence. Anything that isn't baby-related or chores.
And the basics still apply. Food, water.
Absolutely. We talked about nutrition for healing, but it's crucial for mood, too. Low blood sugar can make everything feel 10 times worse. Stay hydrated.
And this ties back to letting go of the shoulds.
Completely.
Yeah.
Give yourself permission to rest instead of cleaning the bathroom. Your well-being matters more than a perfectly tidy house right now. Way more.
Okay, and you mentioned accepting help, leaning on your support system. How do you actually do that effectively?
It often comes down to being specific. People want to help, but they don't always know how.
So instead of just, I need help.
Right. With your partner, try being really concrete. I'm feeling so touched out. Could you take the baby for the next hour so I can just sit alone? Or, I'm exhausted. Could you handle the next wake up?
Makes sense. And with friends and family who offer?
Have a list ready. When someone says, let me know if you need anything, actually let them know. Could you possibly pick up milk and bread on your way over? Would you mind folding this basket of laundry? Could you hold the baby so I can shower? People usually appreciate having a concrete task.
Takes the guesswork out for them too.
Exactly. And don't forget professional support. Perinatal mental health therapists exist. Postpartum doulas offer incredible practical and emotional support. Even new mom support groups, online or in person.
Just knowing you're not alone and feeling this way.
It's huge, incredibly validating.
Now the pressure, the guilt, feeling like you have to be this perfect mother, enjoying every second.
Oh, that pressure is immense and totally unrealistic, which is where this idea of the good enough mother comes in. It's a concept from a pediatrician named D.W. Winnicott.
Good enough. Sounds achievable.
Right. The idea is that babies don't need perfect mothers. They benefit most from mothers who are real, responsive, attuned, but human. Mothers who make mistakes and repair them. You absolutely do not have to enjoy every single second. It's okay to find parts of it really hard.
So challenging the guilt.
Yes, when that guilty thought pops up, I should be enjoying this more, I'm not doing enough, question it. Ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is it actually true? Would I ever say this to my best friend if she was in my shoes?
Probably not.
Exactly. Treat yourself with that same kindness and acknowledge the identity shift. It's okay to deeply love your baby and miss parts of your old life, your freedom, your sleep. It's complex.
Okay, practical tools for managing the stress in the moment. Mindfulness.
Mindfulness can be incredibly helpful. It's just about paying attention to the present moment right here, right now, without judging it.
Doesn't have to be complicated.
Not at all. The quickest reset button. 3 deep breaths. Seriously. Pause. Inhale slowly. Maybe count to 4. Hold gently for 4. Exhale slowly. Maybe count to 6. Repeat 3 times. It calms the nervous system.
I can feel myself relaxing just hearing that.
Right. Or if your thoughts are racing, try the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique.
How does that work?
You just bring your awareness to your senses.
Yeah.
Name 5 things you can see right now, 4 things you can physically feel, your feet on the floor, the fabric of your shirt, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. It pulls you out of the swirling thoughts and anchors you in the present.
That's a great one. You can do it anywhere.
Exactly. And you can bring mindfulness into everyday things. Really taste that first sip of coffee. Feel the warm water on your hands when you wash them. These little mindful moments add up. They anchor you, even when things feel chaotic.
Okay, let's pivot to something that causes a lot of anxiety for new parents. Baby sleep.
Yeah.
And soothing a crying baby.
Ah, yes. The great newborn puzzle. This part is really about building your toolkit, finding ways to bring some calm and comfort, using gentle, responsive approaches.
It feels like you need a PhD in baby sleep sometimes.
It can feel that way.
Okay.
First thing to grasp. Newborn sleep is absolutely nothing like adult sleep. It's erratic. It's disorganized. It happens in these short bursts, maybe 1 to 3 hours at a time.
Totaling a lot, but broken up.
Exactly. They sleep maybe 16 to 18 hours total in 24 hours, but it's all chopped up. Their tiny stomachs need frequent feeding.
And they make weird noises and movements.
Yes. About half their sleep is active sleep, similar to our REM sleep. You'll see fluttering eyelids, twitching, little smiles or grimaces. It looks like they're about to wake up, but often they're not. It's a really important, healthy part of their sleep cycle, crucial for brain development. Don't rush in to pick them up unless they're actually crying.
Good tip. And they have no clue about day or night.
None whatsoever. Their circadian rhythm, their internal body clock isn't developed yet. You have to help teach them the difference. Keep things bright, noisy, active during daytime wake periods. Then, at night, keep lights dim, interactions quiet and calm. Feed them, change them, put them back down. Consistency helps them figure it out over time.
Okay, now, crucially important. Safe sleep. Preventing SIs.
Absolutely paramount. Creating a safe sleep environment is the #1 thing you can do to reduce the risk of SIs and other sleep-related infant deaths. The ABCs of safe sleep are the easiest way to remember the basics.
Okay, ABC.
A is for alone. Baby sleeps alone in their own separate sleep space. No bed sharing. B is for bib. Always place your baby on their back to sleep for every single sleep naps and nighttime. C is for crib. Baby should sleep in a safety-approved crib, bassinet, or portable play yard with a firm, flat mattress and just a fitted sheet.
So nothing else in the crib?
Nothing else. Keep it totally empty. No blankets, no pillows, no crib bumpers, no stuffed animals, no loose bedding at all.
What about keeping them warm?
Wearable blankets or sleep sacks are the safe way to go. They can't cover the baby space.
Got it. And room sharing?
Recommended, yes. Having the baby's sleep space in the same room where you sleep, ideally for at least the first 6 months. Room sharing is protective, but bed sharing is not. Also, avoid overheating. Dress the baby in light layers. Keep the room at a comfortable temperature, basically, what would be comfortable for you.
And pacifiers. I heard they can help.
Yes, studies show that offering a pacifier at nap time and bedtime can reduce the risk of SIUs. You don't need to force it if they don't take it or put it back in if it falls out once they're asleep.
Okay, good rundown. Now, swaddling. Seems like magic sometimes.
It can feel like magic. It works because it mimics that snug, secure feeling of the womb, and it helps prevent their own startle reflex, that jerky arm movement, from waking them up.
How do you do it right? I always felt like I was creating a baby burrito that would immediately unravel.
Huh. It takes practice. Lay a square blanket down like a diamond. Fold the top corner down a bit. Place baby on their back, neck resting on that fold. Hold one arm straight down against their side. Pull that side of the blanket snugly across their body and tuck it underneath them.
Okay, arm contained.
Then bring the bottom corner loosely up over their feet. Then hold the other arm straight down, pull the remaining side of the blanket across the front, and tuck it securely underneath the baby's back.
So snug, but not too tight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Snug around the chest so the arms stay put, but importantly, loose around the hips and legs so they can bend their legs up and out. Healthy hip development is key.
Right. And when do you stop swaddling?
This is crucial. You must stop swaddling as soon as your baby shows any signs of starting to roll over, which can happen as early as 2 months, usually around 3 or 4 months. Once they can roll, a swaddle becomes unsafe.
Okay, safety first. Now, the crying. Sometimes it feels relentless. Any secrets to soothing?
Dr. Harvey Karp's 5 S's are pretty legendary for a reason. They work for many babies by triggering their innate calming reflex.
Okay, the 5 S's. Let's hear them.
1. Swaddle. That snug wrap is the foundation. 2. Side or stomach position. Holding the baby on their side or tummy across your arm or lap, but only for soothing, never for sleep. Remember, back is for sleep. 3. Shush. Making a loud, rhythmic shushing sound right near their ear. It needs to be as loud as their cry initially. Mimics womb sounds. 4. Swing. Gentle, rhythmic motions. Think small, jiggly movements, not wild swinging, like vibrating slightly. 5. Suck. Once they start to calm, offer a pacifier, a clean finger, or the breast. Sucking is incredibly soothing for babies.
Swaddle, side stomach, shush, swing, suck. Got it.
You don't always need all 5.
Yeah.
Sometimes just 1 or 2 work. Other things to try. Skin-to-skin contact, a warm bath, gentle baby massage. Even just walking outside the change of scenery can work wonders.
Okay, routines versus schedules. What's realistic?
In those early weeks, forget strict schedules by the clock. Newborns are just too unpredictable. It adds stress. But what you can do is establish gentle, predictable routines, especially around sleep times.
So a sequence of events.
Exactly. A simple bedtime routine could be warm bath, change into PJs and sleep sack, have a quiet feed in a dimly lit room, maybe sing a gentle song or read a short, calm story, have a final cuddle. And then this is key for long-term sleep habits. Try to place them into their crib when they're drowsy but still awake.
The elusive drowsy but awake.
It's the goal. Might not happen every time, but it helps them learn to fall asleep independently over time. The consistency of the routine itself is what builds security and predictability. It signals that sleep is coming.
That makes sense. It's about cues, not clocks.
Precisely.
All right, let's talk feeding. That journey definitely continues and changes beyond those first few days.
Oh, absolutely. Feeding is this ongoing, intimate conversation between you and your baby. It requires so much patience, flexibility, and learning to trust your instincts and your baby's cues. And let's just say it up front. There's no single right way. Breastfeeding, formula feeding, combo feeding, whatever works best for you and your family, whatever ensures your baby is fed and thriving, that's the right way.
Amen to that. Okay, recognizing hunger cues. How do you spot them before the full-blown meltdown?
Catching them early makes everything easier. Early cues are subtle. Baby starts stirring or waking up, maybe opening and closing their mouth, sucking on their hands or lips. That little head-turning reflex, rooting, that's an early cue too.
Okay, so act on those.
Ideally, yes. Then you get active cues. They're really turning their heads, searching for the nipple or bottle, maybe pulling at your clothes, squirming, starting to fuss. Crying is actually a late cue. They're saying, I'm starving and getting desperate.
So if they're crying hard,
Try to soothe them a bit. First cuddle, rock before trying to latch or offer the bottle. It's hard to feed a frantic baby.
good point. Now, breastfeeding challenges. Latch issues, nipple pain. Common struggles.
Very common, especially early on. The key thing to remember about nipple pain. Some initial tenderness might happen, but sharp, persistent pain that lasts through a feed. That's usually a sign of a shallow latch. Breastfeeding shouldn't actually hurt.
So what does a good latch look like?
Baby's mouth should be open really wide, like a yawn. They should take in a good portion of the areola, the darker area around the nipple, not just the nipple itself. Lips should be flanged outwards, like fish lips. Chin pressing into the breast.
And if it hurts, pinching, cracking.
Don't just grit your teeth and bear it. Gently slide a clean finger into the corner of the baby's mouth to break the suction, unlatch them, and try again. Get that deeper latch.
Okay, what about milk supply worries? That seems huge for breastfeeding moms.
It's probably the #1 concern. Is my baby getting enough? The good news is most mothers do make enough milk. Forget how full your breasts feel, that changes.
So how do you know they're getting enough?
Look at the baby, not the clock or your breasts. Are they producing enough wet and dirty diapers? By the end of week 1, you want to see at least 5-6 genuinely wet diapers and 3-4 bowel movements per day. Does the baby seem reasonably content and satisfied after most feeds? Are they gaining weight appropriately according to your pediatrician? Those are the reliable signs.
And if you are worried about supply?
Feed the baby frequently, on demand. Ensure the latch is deep and effective. You can try pumping for a few minutes after some feeds to give the breasts extra stimulation. Skin-to-skin contact helps too.
And it's normal for breasts to feel less full after the first few weeks.
Totally normal. It just means your supply has regulated to meet your baby's exact needs. It doesn't mean your milk is disappearing.
Okay, but when should you seek professional help for breastfeeding?
If that nipple pain just won't go away despite working on the latch, or if you have persistent, genuine concerns about your baby's weight gain or your supply, definitely reach out. An IBCLC International Board Certified Lactation Consultant is the gold standard. They can diagnose issues like tongue ties, help with positioning, and create a personalized plan. They're amazing resources.
Good to know. Now, pumping. When does that come into play?
Pumping is a fantastic tool for lots of reasons. Maybe you need to build supply or create a stash of milk for returning to work, or maybe you're exclusively pumping.
Any tips for making pumping more effective?
Yeah, a few things can help. Gently massaging your breasts before and during pumping can encourage milk flow or letdown. Some find looking at a photo or video of their baby helps trigger that letdown reflex. And make sure your pump flanges, the parts that go on your breasts, are the right size. Wrong size can cause pain and reduce output. Most pump brands offer different sizes.
Okay. Milk storage guidelines seem complicated. Can you simplify?
Sure. For healthy, full-term babies, here's the gist, often called the rule of 4s for simplicity, though there's nuance. Freshly expressed milk, up to 4 hours at room temperature. In the refrigerator, ideally the back, not the door, up to 4 days, in a standard freezer, again in the back, best quality up to 6 months, but acceptable up to 12 months.
Okay, 4 hours counter, 4 days fridge, 6-12 months freezer, and thawing.
Best way is overnight in the fridge, or you can hold the sealed bag or bottle under warm running water or place it in a bowl of warm water. Crucially, never use a microwave. It heats unevenly, creates dangerous hot spots, and can destroy some of the milk's beneficial properties.
Got it. No microwaves, and once thawed.
Use it within 24 hours if kept in the fridge. Don't refreeze thawed milk.
Okay, helpful. Now, formula feeding. Important message first.
Absolutely. A fed baby is a happy baby. Formula is a safe, healthy, and perfectly valid choice. End of story. No guilt allowed.
Right. Choosing a formula seems overwhelming.
It can be, but honestly, most standard iron-fortified cow's milk-based infant formulas are very similar nutritionally. Unless your pediatrician recommends a specific type for a medical reason, like allergy or reflux, a standard one is usually fine.
And preparation.
Follow the mixing instructions on the container exactly. Too much water dilutes the nutrients. Too little can dehydrate the baby and strain their kidneys. Both are dangerous. Use safe water, boil tap water for the first few months if recommended in your area, or use bottled water labeled for infant formula prep.
Okay. Heard about paced bottle feeding. What's that?
It's a great technique to mimic the flow of breastfeeding and prevent babies from gulping down milk too fast. You hold the baby more upright, not lying flat. Hold the bottle horizontally, tilted just enough so the nipple is full of milk but not pouring out. Let the baby draw the milk in and encourage pauses every so often by tilting the bottle down slightly. It lets them control the pace and recognize fullness cues better.
Sounds much gentler. And leftover formula in the bottle.
Discard it within an hour of starting the feed. Bacteria from the baby's mouth gets into the bottle, so it's not safe to save for later.
Good safety tip. Last feeding point. Introducing a bottle if you've been exclusively breastfeeding.
Patience is key here. Don't wait until you have to give a bottle, like the day before returning to work. Introduce it earlier, maybe around 3-4 weeks if breastfeeding is well established. Try offering it when the baby is calm and content, not screaming hungry.
And who should give it?
Interestingly, sometimes babies refuse a bottle for mom because they smell her milk and prefer the real thing. So maybe have your partner or another caregiver offer the first few bottles. You might also need to experiment with different bottle nipples. Look for slow flow nipples initially. Babies can have strong preferences.
And if they refuse?
Don't force it. That can create negative association. Take a break, soothe the baby, try again another time. Keep it low pressure and positive.
Okay, solid advice. Now, shifting from feeding the baby to nurturing the relationship between the parents. That takes a hit too, doesn't it?
No, profoundly. A new baby doesn't just add to a relationship, it completely remodels it. Suddenly you're not just partners, you're co-CEOs of this tiny, demanding human startup. And it's incredibly easy for your connection as a couple to get buried under diapers, sleep deprivation, and endless logistics.
But focusing on the partnership matters.
Right?
Even now.
It matters immensely. Nurturing your connection isn't some extra thing to do if you have time. It's the bedrock. A strong, supportive partnership is one of the best buffers against postpartum stress, and it creates that secure, loving home base for your baby.
So how do you even start? Communication feels hard when you're both exhausted.
It is hard, which is why you have to be intentional. First rule, abandon mind reading. Your partner cannot guess what you need, especially when you're both sleep-deprived zombies.
Be explicit.
Be explicit and kind. Use I statements instead of "you never help with the night feeds." Try it. "I'm feeling really overwhelmed and exhausted. Could we figure out a way to share the nights more evenly?"
Less blame, more problem solving.
Exactly. And maybe schedule tiny check-ins. Seriously, put it on the calendar if you have to. 5 minutes at the end of the day. Phones down. Ask each other, how are you really? What was the best part of your day? Hardest part? And maybe, is there one small thing I can do tomorrow to make your day a tiny bit easier?
That last one is powerful. Okay, dividing the massive workload.
Yeah, this is huge for preventing resentment. So much of the work, especially the mental load, anticipating needs, planning, scheduling, falls disproportionately on one partner, often the mom.
The invisible work.
Totally. So, step 1, make all the work visible. Sit down together, maybe with a whiteboard or notebook, and list everything. Baby care, feeds, changes, baths, soothing, household chores, cooking, cleaning, laundry, groceries, and the mental load stuff, scheduling appointments, researching baby gear, noticing you're low on wipes.
Seeing it all written down can be eye-opening.
Hugely. Then divide and conquer. Aim for what feels equitable and fair to both of you, recognizing it might not be a perfect 50-50 split on every single task, but the overall effort feels balanced. Maybe one person takes lead on all things laundry, the other on meals. Find what works.
And fight the default parent syndrome.
Yes, this is key. Proactively share the knowledge. Both partners need to know how to swaddle, what the different cries might mean, where the diaper cream is, how the bottle warmer works. This builds competence and confidence in both parents.
So one person isn't constantly directing the other.
Exactly. And remember, this plan isn't set in stone. Revisit it regularly. What worked in week 2 might need adjusting by month 2 as the baby changes and your needs evolve.
Okay, intimacy. Often the first casualty of new parenthood.
It really is. Between physical recovery, hormonal shifts, sheer exhaustion, and feeling constantly needed by the baby, sex can feel like the last thing on your mind. It's crucial to redefine intimacy for this season. It's not just about sex.
So emotional intimacy comes first.
Absolutely. You need to feel connected emotionally before physical intimacy feels possible, let alone desirable. And that's built in small moments. Saying thank you, acknowledging effort, thanks for doing that feed last night, I really appreciate you getting dinner sorted.
Small acknowledgments matter.
Immensely. Relationship researcher Dr. John Gottman talks about the 6-second kiss. Longer than a quick peck. A kiss that actually allows for connection. Try it daily. Hold hands while watching TV. Simple physical touch that isn't demanding.
Okay, then navigating the physical side. When you're cleared by the doctor, say around 6 weeks.
That clearance is just the green light that your body has physically healed enough. It says nothing about desire or emotional readiness or body image issues or exhaustion levels.
All huge factors.
Massive.
Yeah.
So talk about it, honestly. Share your fears, your desires, or lack thereof. What feels good now, but might be different. What feels scary. Be vulnerable.
And start slow.
Definitely. No pressure for intercourse right away. Maybe start with non-sexual touch, a back rub, cuddling on the sofa, taking a shower together. Focus purely on connection, pleasure, and feeling close again, without expectation.
Okay. Date nights seem impossible logistically. How do you reconnect without a babysitter and a night out?
You bring the date night home. It requires intention, but it's doable. Schedule it. Put at-home date, 8 p.m. on the calendar. Order takeout after the baby's asleep. Play a board game. Open a bottle of wine and just talk. Maybe implement a no baby talk rule for 15-20 minutes. Consciously talk about other things, work, news, a funny memory, future dreams to reconnect as individuals, not just co-parents.
Remembering who you were before baby.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of small gestures, especially now. These are like relationship deposits.
Examples.
Bringing your partner coffee in bed, letting them sleep in for an extra 30 minutes on a Saturday, picking up their favorite snack just because. These small acts of service speak volumes. They say, I see you. I'm thinking of you. We're still a team.
Powerful stuff. Okay, final chapter. The internal shift. Identity. This feels like the deepest change of all.
It really is. Arguably the most profound, yet maybe the least talked about. Your body changes, hormones shift, relationships evolve. But inside, your whole sense of self undergoes this seismic transformation. It's not really a loss of your old self, though it can feel like that sometimes. It's more like an expansion, a remaking.
Becoming a mother. It's huge.
Yeah.
How do you adjust to this new role?
First and foremost, grace. So much grace. You are a beginner, you're learning a completely new human being, and you're learning a completely new version of yourself. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Some days you'll feel like you're nailing it. Other days you'll feel like a total failure. Both are normal. Let go of perfection.
And the mixed feelings. Loving the baby, but missing freedom.
Acknowledge the ambivalence. It's so normal. You can adore your baby with every fiber of your being and simultaneously miss sleep, spontaneity, solitude, your pre-baby body. You can feel touched out and desperately crave space. That doesn't make you a bad mother. It makes you a real complex human being navigating a massive life change.
So focus on connection, not perfection.
Exactly. Focus on attachment, not performance.
Yeah.
Your baby doesn't need a Pinterest-perfect nursery or a mom who follows every sleep rule flawlessly. They need you. Present, responsive, loving you. Your connection is everything. That's what builds their security.
What about balancing the old you with the new mom you? Do they have to be separate?
Not separate, but integrated. The old, your interests, passions, humor, friendships is still in there. The challenge is finding ways to weave those threads into the new fabric of your life.
Yeah, really. Feels like there's no time.
Look for identity snacks, tiny bites of your pre-baby self. Maybe you can't go for a 3-hour hike, but can you take 10 minutes to sit outside and listen to the birds? Can't read a whole novel, but can you read one article about something you care about? Can't have a long brunch with friends, but can you have a 15-minute phone call? Listen to your favorite music while doing chores. These little connections matter.
And talking about non-baby things.
Make a conscious effort with your partner, with friends, ask about their work, talk about a movie, share a silly memory. Remind yourself and others of the multifaceted person you are beyond mom. And maybe gently plan for the future, thinking about, when things settle, I'd love to rejoin that book club, or maybe next year I can take that pottery class, can provide a little light at the end of the tunnel during the intense early days.
Okay, self-care again, but specifically for preserving identity.
Yes. Here, self-care isn't just about recharging, it's about reminding yourself you are a whole person, separate from your role as a mother. It's not selfish, it's essential for sustainable mothering. If you burn out, you can't pour into anyone else.
So scheduling it is key.
Treat it like a non-negotiable appointment. Put 20-minute walk alone, or read book for 30 mins on the calendar. Protect that time. And delegate to recharge properly. When someone offers help, accept it so you can do something purely for you, not just catch up on chores, a real break.
And lower the bar.
Absolutely. Self-care can be tiny. A face mask while watching TV, listening to a podcast during a feed, 5 minutes of meditation using an app. The goal is just to fill your cup, even if it's just drop by drop sometimes.
A final point here. Boundaries, visitors, advice. It can be overwhelming.
Oh, critical skill. Protecting your physical space, your emotional energy, and your parenting choices is vital in the postpartum period. Everyone means well, usually, but
It can be exhausting.
totally. Remember, you are the gatekeeper. You and your partner decide who visits, when, and for how long. It is 100% okay to say, thanks for offering, but we're actually not up for visitors today. Or, we're keeping the first couple of weeks just for us to bond and settle in. No apologies needed.
And when people do visit,
Maybe have a helpful visitor policy in mind. A truly helpful visitor comes to support you. They hold the baby so you can nap or shower. They bring food, they fold laundry, they make you tea. An unhelpful visitor expects you to entertain them. Gently guide visitors towards being helpful.
okay. And the unsolicited advice. You should. Why don't you?
Arm yourself with a few polite, neutral phrases to shut it down without getting defensive. Things like, thanks, we'll keep that in mind. And then promptly forget it if it doesn't suit you. Interesting. We're actually pretty happy with what our pediatrician recommended. Or simply, that's one way to look at it. We're finding that this approach is working well for us right now. Smile, change the subject. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your parenting choices.
That's incredibly empowering. Thank you. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the fourth trimester, it really is a time of intense contrasts, isn't it?
Profound paradoxes, absolutely. It's utterly exhausting, yet somehow exhilarating. It can feel incredibly isolating, yet you're more intensely connected to another human than ever before.
Hey.
There's this period of deep healing, rapid-fire learning, and just profound becoming.
So for everyone listening, navigating this phase right now, or maybe supporting someone who is, what's the final takeaway?
Please hold this close. You are doing a great job. Really.
Even on the days it feels like everything is falling apart.
Especially on those days when the house is chaos, you haven't showered, maybe you feel like you've done everything wrong. Remember what your baby sees. They don't see the mess. They see their entire world in your face. They feel your love in your touch. They hear safety in your heartbeat. They find their home base in your arms. That's what matters.
That's beautiful.
This journey, this fourth trimester, it will absolutely change you. But it won't break you. It will reveal a resilience, a strength you likely never knew you had, and a capacity for love that feels boundless.
So the final thought for our listeners.
Be kind to yourself, truly. Lean hard on your village, find them, build them, use them, and trust your instincts. You know your baby better than anyone.
Because you are exactly the mother your baby needs. You are, and you have always been enough.